Good morning everyone, my name is Alex Dodds. Welcome to episode 63 of Dodds Diaries. Today is Tuesday the 25th of July. It's now just coming up towards 5:10 in the morning, and today I'm going back over to Cumbria once again. I'm going to be travelling on a Cumbria Round Robin day ticket. The main line I'll be doing today is from Carlisle to Lancaster via Whitehaven. I'll explain everything when I get to Newcastle as normal. I'm going to walk to the bus stop and I'll get the 5:30 bus service to there. You know, it seems quite a long while since I walked down this path. Last time I did it was back in March, actually. Well, I'm not out that much nowadays. Far too busy with work. But of course now I only feel like doing a diary every now and then. So this morning we're on number 6061, operating the 21. Now in Newcastle, walking down Granger Street at 6:10 in the morning. The last time I walked down here was back in January. It was a very cold morning as well. Today we're travelling over to Cumbria. We're going to catch the 0646 ScotRail service to Carlisle. Well, it runs as a northern service from here to Carlisle, then afterwards it changes, the crew change. It goes from Carlisle to Glasgow via Dumfries and Kilmarnock. Here now, it's advertised as a service to Barrowhead. That's so then anyone who goes to Glasgow does not get on this service. Well, basically, it's stopping them from going a long way around. We get over to Carlisle at 8:15, and then from there I'm going to be travelling on a Cumbria Round Robin. Now, back in 2011, I did do from Carlisle to Whitehaven, but the only part of that line I haven't done is from Whitehaven to Lancaster via Barrow-in-Furness, and that's what I'm going to do today. So on that line we'll stop off at Whitehaven, and then we'll go down to Barrow, stop off there, and then go from Barrow to Lancaster. When I get to Lancaster, I'll then, if I have time, hopefully go to Morecambe later on. Then I'll come from Morecambe back to Lancaster, then Lancaster back up to Carlisle on the West Coast Main Line, and then Carlisle back to here. I'll be back here tonight at 11:05, and then I'll be home at 11:45. This will be a nice day today. Now, we've got 67030 on Thunderbird duties, in case anything breaks down. Now, this morning I got on the bus, I asked for a return, and the bus driver, he did us a single instead. He said I did say for a single. No, I said a return. He must have just been a little half asleep, just like me. But anyway, let's enjoy today.
Weatherall, please mind the gap when alighting from this train. Please mind the gap when alighting from this train.
Right, now at Carlisle. It's now coming up to 8:20. This will be the start of the actual round robin trip itself. We'll get the just look at me memo. Get the 0842 to Whitehaven. Goes on to Barrow. Stop at Whitehaven for an hour and then we'll move on. Now, as you can see, the station is still a building site at the moment. all the refurbishment works will not be completed until late 2018. Also, one other change here, the tannoy announcements, we've now got automated announcements. The same voice that's been used at pretty much all the other Virgin stations, and also Blackpool North as well has the same system. However, the staff still make announcements, which is good. Anyway, just need to wait now about 20 minutes or so for the next train. Well, it's my lucky day because this is the one I'm getting to Whitehaven, doing the DRS drag. Fantastic. Okay, so we're on a rake of Mark II carriages. Unfortunately, the windows have now got bars on them to stop people from having their heads right the way out. It's like being in jail. But anyway. Hear the growling from that 37 that's on it. And we come to a red signal. Set rep. We've been here for a few minutes and we still haven't got moving again. Apparently there's been technical problems with the chain at the front. I just put its emergency brakes on. Well, this is not a good start. Been stuck here for the last 8 minutes because unfortunately there's a bit of a technical problem and the train slammed its emergency brakes on just as we left. Anyway, great here. 290s on the front, and there's a 158 just in front. That's 158 816. Finally, we're off and away. Albeit 15 minutes late. now 5 to 10. We are between Workington and Harrington. Should have been at Whitehaven by now. Because of what happened earlier on. Because of what happened earlier on, we are running late by about 15 minutes. It's the Irish Sea. One of the reasons why these trains have got bars on the windows is because of the very narrow clearances between the two lines. And you can actually see narrower than what other lines are, like the Tyne Valley line.
Workington or Haddington works for you, you know what we do when we have to. Are you going all the way down to Barrow?
Whitehaven.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah, thank you. Same, yeah, thank you. Alright, thank you.
This line is prone to being cut off during bad weather. I think it was either in the winter gone, part of it were washed away. Whitehaven is actually just down there actually. Right, I'm now in Whitehaven. It's 13 minutes past 10. About 15 minutes late getting there. Quick walk to the front and then we'll have to come back. Now, somewhere around here is the start of the C2C line, which if I followed would actually take me straight back to my house. 123 miles. The actual line runs from Concert to Sunderland, but the C2C path, it actually starts somewhere along here. Well, this is it. Whitehaven Marina. This is the very start of the C2C route from here all the way to Sunderland. It's about 123 miles from here straight to my house, and then a further 12 from Chesley Street to Sunderland. It's a nice day today. Over there is the Beacon Museum. There isn't really a beach or anything here. This is mainly a fishing town. This. I came here last in 2011 during my 5th series. Unfortunately, I haven't got as long as what I thought I would have. I'm getting here a bit late, 15 minutes, so I'll have to be going back to the station in about 10 or so minutes time. We'll be moving on to Barrow-in-Furness next. It's another place. It's a place I haven't been to before, so I'll go and check it out. It was the 10:48 to Barrow-in-Furness. It's formed of 2 Class 153s. Sellafield. Somewhere up there is Sellafield Nuclear Power Station. It's now 11:06. I'm just collecting a token. This is Raven Glass. This is where you alight for the Eskdale Railway. Right, I'm now at Barrow-in-Furness. New destination for me. It's now 12:15. It really doesn't actually feel like it's 12:15. I feel like I've been up all morning. There's a couple of Class 1 5.3s that I've got here. And here is, well, it is a Trans-Pennine 185, but it's actually a Northern Rail service. That's going to Lancaster. When it gets there, or Preston, I assume it will then link up and then go to Manchester. I've got a couple of hours here in Barrow, so I think I might have a bit of rest because I am tired. I might get the 1:30 or the train after that to Lancaster. About at least over an hour and a half here in Barrow. I'm going to go back to the station, continue on the round robin journey. We're going to go down to Lancaster next, and actually from there I'm then going to go to Morecambe, so another seaside place to visit. Here we have 37401 Mary Queen of Scots. That'll operate a DRS Mark II rake back up to Carlisle via Whitehaven. See, we're back at Carlisle 4. As soon as we leave here, we are straight on the West Coast Main Line once again. Okay, I'm now at Lancaster, back on the West Coast Main Line. Now I'm going to have a ride to Morecambe, which I haven't been before. So this will be an addition to the round robin trip today. Okay, I'm now at Morecambe, another new destination for me. It's the 150 I got here. The station has two platforms. This line is actually a single line that carries on to Bear Lane and then Lancaster. The line on the right is what goes round the corner and up and is used by the daily service to and from Hazen Port. We'll go to the front shortly. Here is the seafront at Morecambe. All that up there, I was just over there earlier on today. Places like Barrow, Whitehaven, they were all up there today and I've been there. You can see the tide's right the way out. This is one of them places where when the tide goes out, it really does go right the way out. Also, this beach, these happen to be some of the sands here happen to be some of the most deadliest. There's a lot of quicksand around in places, so if you tread on here, you've got to be very careful. Got about an hour on the front before I've got to go back to the station. Back at Lancaster, it's now 6 o'clock. As if the day couldn't get any more interesting. Now, just as I came in there, just on that 153 beside us, the driver had to pull the emergency brake just before we got on the bridge across the river, because there were a bunch of stupid little pricks that were just trespassing on the line. Thank God no one was hurt, but definitely shocked me a little bit. Honestly, mate, what did they think they were doing? But anyway, I'm back here now, and then just a few trains here have been running late because there's something between Preston and Bolton and Wigan is causing a few delays to trains. I am going to stay here for an hour and get some photography done. But if things get bad, I might have to jump on the first train out of here and get back up to Carlisle at least.
May we have your attention, please? Please do not leave cases or parcels unattended anywhere on the station. Any unattended articles are likely to be removed without warning.
Train arrived at platform number 4, the 1845 service for London Euston and confirmed. Overnight between Preston and Wigan has reopened. Service should go forwards from Preston, 4 stations to London Euston. Platform.
Set rep. I'm going to be stuck here for another half an hour. It's now 7:10. My next train up to Carlisle is running half an hour late. That means it's going to come at 20 to 8. If it comes at then, it'll still get us up there at about 20 to 9, but it means I'll not be able to do hardly any footage at Carlisle now, because I'll not have much time. As long as I get back before that 9:30 train, that's what counts. It's now 46 minutes past 7 and just over 3/4 of an hour late. Here comes the 1858 Virgin to Glasgow Central. I'm going to bail out and get this one up to Carlisle. Right, I'm back at Carlisle, 20 to 9. I've gotten here 40 minutes late, as if today could have gotten any more interesting. There's been a few strange things happen today, I can tell you that. Anyway, I'm just going to do a short session between now and I get the train back to Newcastle 21:28. I get back there for 11:05 and then jump on the bus back to my place. I'm not too bothered that my session here has been cut short. I mean, after all, I've done this station loads of times anyway, so it's not like I'm missing out on anything. I've got some good stuff there. Got some good stuff down at Lancaster. Comes 156490 arriving from Newcastle, and this will be my train back to Newcastle.
3 Northern Service in Newcastle. This service goes on Weatherall, Brampton, Holt, Bar, Mill, Hayden Bridge, Hexham, Corbridge, Riley Mill, Stockton, Prudhoe, Wylam, Gateshead Metro Centre, and Newcastle Central. Metro Centre, your next stop. approach to Newcastle Central Station when the service will terminate. Please make sure you take all of your personal belongings with you and please keep them with you at all times. Any unattended items will be removed by British Transport Police. Pirates may be in operation. Keep your tickets next to the station. Also, please mind the gap between the train and the platform edge when leaving Newcastle. Newcastle is your final stop.
Okay, back in Newcastle, it's now 11 o'clock. The good news is, we managed to make up all that time we lost at Carlisle. 5 minutes. I've got to walk to St. Elizabeth Street, next to the high level. Get the 21 bus. It's due in about 15 minutes. And I've got to be up for work very early in the morning as well, so I really need to get home. The good thing is it's Tuesday night, so it'll not be too busy tonight. The last couple of times I've come back on a night when there were plenty of boozers out. That's the 10 to midnight train. Trans-Pennine service going to Newcastle, leaving at Liverpool at 8:20. I've gotten that back a few times. Anyway, we're back at South Peel or in Cheshire Street. It's now 10 to midnight. It's time for me to end today's video diary. It's been a good one. It's been a bit weird as well, some bits of it. This morning, started here, got the bus to Newcastle. I asked the bus driver for a return ticket and he gave us a single, which meant coming back tonight I had to get another single. I clearly said a return. Oh well, I suppose early morning, everyone's just half asleep. Got the train over to Carlisle, the ScotRail service. It's now advertising on the boards at Newcastle as saying going to Barrowhead, but it actually does go to Glasgow Central. And then after when we got to Carlisle, changed there, got the train to Whitehaven, which was, luckily, there was a Class 37 and a rate of DRS Mark II coaches, with one of them having the engine in it that drives it. Unfortunately, didn't really get off to a good start because as soon as the train left Carlisle, it came to a abrupt halt for about 15 minutes. Apparently all the air got released from the brakes and they didn't cancel the AWS in time and everything had to be reset. Today, yeah, the main focus was to travel around on a Cumbria Round Robin ticket, and that's what I did. So, the ride going to Whitehaven was brilliant. I had done it before in Series 5. It did mean though I had my time Whitehaven cut short by 20 minutes, so I only had 40 minutes there. Whitehaven is a nice place. It's mainly a fishing town rather than a seaside resort, but you can still go for like a little holiday. And what do we have coming here? Now, I know that sounds very, very well, and yes, just as I thought, it is a 142 Pacer going back to bed, and that's what I'll be doing soon. After Whitehaven, caught a train down to Barrow-in-Furness. The rest of the line from Whitehaven onwards was new to me. I hadn't done it before, so that was really the focus of today. Barrow-in-Furness, it's a nice place. I thought there would be something like a seaside resort, but no, it's a town and the docks was a bit away. I think the nearest resort might have been a place called Walney Island, but it was quite a walk, so I just didn't fancy walking that far, and I was just tired as well. After Barrow, went down to Lancaster on a Class 185, and the rest of that journey was good. Went over 2 long viaducts at Clark, and also I'm just trying to I think it might have been Ulverston, actually, somewhere near Ulverston Grange over Sands. That long viaduct, it's actually quite a well known one as well. As soon as I got to Lancaster, I had myself a coffee just to keep myself awake, and then I thought I'd have a nice little seaside trip to Morecambe. Morecambe was an addition to today because it's not actually included in the round robin ticket, so I went over there. Morecambe is a nice seaside resort. The beach though didn't look really appetizing. Apparently a lot of it is actually all quicksand, so if you step on it you're going to sink until you start singing Mr. Sandman, bring me a dream. Yeah, but anyway, spent about an hour and 20 minutes in Morecambe, and coming back, another interesting moment happened, and I actually filmed it. We were just approaching Lancaster, and then the driver suddenly slammed on the emergency brakes. Just before crossing the river, apparently there was a couple of kids who were trespassing on the line. They must have got up on the bridge, and stupidly they were. Thankfully they got chased off, and then we were able to continue on into Lancaster station. Just what the hell were they thinking? They could have killed themselves. They need to be careful not to do things like that. Got into Lancaster, and I did some video, some train spotting. And it got another interesting moment. Apparently, well, not quite interesting, but what happened was there'd been a fatality south of Preston, somewhere around Leyland area, and it was causing severe delays and cancellations to trains. And so what was meant to be an hour session turned into an hour and a half. It was alright. I got a couple of freight. I actually got a couple of the Royal Mail trains as well, which was good. Went up to Carlisle, and the Pendolino was double booked. I think one must have been cancelled, so people just got on this one, and 2 different services together. Got up to Carlisle 40 minutes late, so did a short session there. Was still alright. Oops. Then got the 2128 back to Newcastle. and another moment happened. We left 5 minutes late because we had to wait for the points to be changed. But thankfully, the driver flew on the way back, and so when we got back to Newcastle, we'd actually made up all the time. Now, what's that coming through? There were two of them together. Might have been 267s, or could have been two of the newer ones. Maybe you might be able to know. Got back to Newcastle 11 o'clock and got the bus back to here. Time for me to go to bed. I have to be up for work. I'm at work 7 o'clock tomorrow morning. That's the morning after I filmed this. So basically, I've actually got to get out of bed in 5.5 hours time. And today I've been up since 4 o'clock this morning as well. I am shattered, but I fight through it. My next video diary, well, I haven't got anything planned, but I do have my holiday booked in September. And if you stay tuned, you will know where I'm going to be going. If you've got me on Facebook, you will probably know, but this is going to be a interesting, challenging, but a very, very exciting one. But I'm going to give you a little clue what it is going to be. Je m'appelle Alex Dodds. And there's a clue for you. The language. Well, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time. Good night.